Welcome to Celebrity Spotlight. The Chicklets are here. Great to have you guys with us. How you doing? How's everybody doing tonight?
Hi, Jimmy.
We're great.
Great to have you with us. We got Gracie, right? We've got Caitlin and Jenny, right?
Yes, hello.
Yes. Hi.
So nice to have you with us. And I'm so excited about talking to you guys. And happy St. Patrick's Day. Are you guys enjoying St. Patrick's Day? Did you do anything fun today?
About to do something fun. Gonna go see.
This is fun.
Yeah, this is fun too.
Yeah.
Awesome. So I know, Gracie, you have some plans after the show, right? You were telling me?
Oh yes, my friend's band is playing in the Upper West Side, so I'm gonna go hang out with them.
Cool. And you are from, you were telling me you are from New York City, right? You're from Manhattan. Is that where you are from, Gracie?
That's where I currently reside. Originally from Southern California, though.
Oh, okay. Very nice. How do you like New York?
Oh, I love it here. I never want to leave. Ever.
Really?
Yeah.
So awesome. And what about you, Jenny? Are you from the area? You're from like Westchester, I think you were telling me, right? Or
Yeah, so right now I currently live in Westchester. I'm like about a 50-minute drive from uptown, but I grew up a little bit further up in Poughkeepsie, New York area. So I've always been a New York tri-state gal. I'm not
Very cool. And what about you, Caitlin?
I'm actually in Connecticut, so I've been living in the city. I just moved out to Connecticut a few months ago, so still in the tri-state area, but not a New York girl like the other girls.
Oh, okay.
But
And I know you got
are at heart.
yeah.
It's true.
Yeah.
And I know you guys have been very busy lately, right? You're very in demand. From what I understand, everybody wants to talk to the Chicklets. So you guys are all amazing. I mean, the music is amazing. I mean, what you do is amazing. We are so excited about having you in Staten Island on this coming Saturday, 7 p.m. at the CSI Center for the Arts, the Rock and Oldies Dance Party. You guys excited about coming to Staten Island and hanging out and doing this fantastic show with so many great artists?
Oh, yes. I mean, anytime we perform together and get to meet all these other artists, it is just so joyous. So I know I'm excited to sing with my girls again.
Yeah.
We've actually been off for all of February, and like we haven't had a show in a couple weeks, so it'll be really nice to like come back together and with all these other amazing artists and just have a night full of music and fun. And I'm really excited.
Yeah, I mean, we had Bobby Wilson on the show last week, and he had so many nice things to say about the Chicklets. He says, you can't do a show without the Chicklets. That's what he was telling me. So, but I know you guys worked with so many different artists. I mean, anybody favorite who you guys worked with? I mean, tell us about some of the people you worked with besides Bobby Wilson. I mean, on the show, so you got Vito Piccone, you got Vinny Madunio. I mean, so many people, but you guys worked with so many people in the past. Tell us about that.
Ooh. I know I love working with Vinny. He's just so energized, I would say is a good word for him. He's such a good performer. And he's so supportive of us and like of us outside of the Chicklets. So I just really appreciate him.
Yeah, Vinny's a great guy. He's also on WABC radio here in New York. He's got a radio show. He's a teacher. I mean, Vinny does so much. He's such a great guy. He does it all. Absolutely. And what about you, Jenny?
I mean, I know we already mentioned it, but I really love working with Bobby. I mean, I was so honored, like when I first became a Chicklet, to find out that we were going to be performing with Jackie Wilson's son. I mean, that's just incredible. Like I was so honored when this opportunity came up, and he just has so much energy on stage, and we love being around him. Even off stage, he keeps us entertained. So
yeah,
he's the best.
And what about you, Caitlin?
Well, yeah, we've met and worked with so many amazing people. Like we were on the Malt Shop cruise in the fall of last year, and we got to meet Darlene Love and Priscilla Presley. And
yeah, I heard she was on there. I heard that.
Oh my gosh, yes! And she came to one of our shows up on the pool deck and like introduced herself and took pictures with us. And it's just amazing. You know, obviously we are younger artists, but to be immersed in this oldies circuit and to meet all of these incredible artists who were like legends of their time,
right,
is such an honor. And it's been a really really cool part of the job.
Yeah, I heard so much about that cruise. I heard it's so much fun. I've never been on a cruise before, but if did do a cruise, that would be the one I would want to take because it seems like so much fun and so many great artists and especially with you guys on board. I mean, you do so much great music. Tell us about some of the music that you do.
Who wants to take it?
Let's start with Gracie. Gracie,
Okay.
you start.
Well, something that I've really loved about being in the Chicklets is that it's really educated me on all of the girl groups that really paved the way for girl groups.
Mhm.
So we do this one medley that we call the girl group medley, where we kind of take you through each song that was really popular.
Okay, sorry about that. Sometimes the computer has a mind of its own, but that's all right, Gracie. So you were telling us, about some of the girl groups, right?
Yes, I loved getting to, watch all the old videos. We started copying like their dance moves, and we learned about what each girl group kind of represented during that time. Like the Ronettes were the bad girls, like they kind of pushed their limits a little bit, and they were sassy, and there's just so much history in the music that we sing, and that's what I love about this group.
Oh, okay. Awesome. And what about you, Jenny?
I love all the music we do is part of the reason why I wanted to join the Chicklets, but I guess in particular I really love the Aretha stuff that we do, the really soulful stuff. I also love the disco stuff we do. We do more unique stuff that a lot of groups don't do. For example, we do Gracie sings Never Can Say Goodbye, Gloria Gaynor song. I don't know doing that. Yeah, we also do a Dionne Warwick medley, which I also don't really hear many groups doing that. So it's just really opened our doors and given us the opportunity to sing all these great soul artist songs. It's been great.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so awesome. Really? And you, Kaylin?
I mean, I feel like the girls said it all, but yeah, we do a lot of it's our show is a tribute to like iconic female artists through the decades. So we do Dionne Warwick, like Jenny said, we do the girl groups, we do Whitney Houston, Aretha, Tina Turner, and like to tribute all of the greats is obviously a big, what's the word I'm looking for? Like it's a lot to live up to, but
Right.
it's been a blast, and like the music of the 60s, 70s, and 80s was so amazing, and it's still so loved today because of how amazing it was. And so we have a blast performing it. We just have like a dance party on stage, sometimes out in the crowd. We just go out and boogie with everyone, and yeah, it's really, really a fun time.
Yeah, I mean, you guys love working the crowd. Do you guys go out and meet everybody after the show or during the show and say hello?
Oh yeah. Always.
So you guys enjoy the fans. That's awesome. That's awesome. So tell me how you became a Chicklet. We'll start with Jenny. Jenny, how did you become a Chicklet?
Yeah, so it's funny. There was, I think for all of us, we saw the ad on social media. The minute I saw it, I saw soul girl group, and I was like, oh, that's 100% me. I need to audition. So I've been singing soul and R&B music for a long time, variety of different bands, and I've also done girl group stuff. So this was like mixing both of my passions and putting both of them together. So the minute I saw that on social media, I immediately messaged whoever it was, and then they watched my video and I was called into it to audition, and I think it was pretty much the same for the rest of us. So we responded to an ad that we saw.
So did you guys have vocal training when you first started? Did you always wanted to be singers pretty much growing up in high school and stuff like that? Not really? Not really, Gracie? You look like, not really.
I mean, I grew up.
That's a lie, Gracie. You went to school.
I went to school later in life, but like growing up, I was in figure skating, and that took over my entire life. I was very competitive as a child, so that was everything. But yeah, I did go to school for music education for kids where I
Oh,
taught
wow.
kids music. And then later in life, I kind of realized that I could use my voice as a job, which is really cool and fun. So I, just kind of fell into it, and now I can't get out of it. I love it. I never want to get out.
Okay.
So,
So awesome. And what about you, Caitlin?
So my background is actually in musical theater. I have a degree in musical theater performance, and that's why I originally moved to New York, was, to try to make it on Broadway or perform in theaters, which is still a dream of mine.
Right.
But I actually spent 4 years. It's funny you said you've never been on a cruise. I spent 4 years working on cruise ships as a singer.
Wow.
Traveling the world and performing in their shows on board, which I loved. It was the best time. And then I got back to New York in November of 23.
Nice.
And then just a few months later, I think it was like January, February-ish, I, like Jenny, saw this ad
Okay.
for female vocalists for a girl group in New York, and I thought it sounded interesting. I just, sent in some videos, and here I am a year later now.
You knew each other, right? When you first started out?
No.
No. Wow. So now I'm sure you guys are really good friends.
Yeah.
You hang out all the time, I'm sure, which is
Yes.
awesome. So do you guys get to practice and do you have to get together like for band practice and stuff like that, or how do you do that being in separate locations?
In the beginning, we got together when we were initially learning kind of the bulk of our material.
Right.
So we would get together with the band in Queens and have a couple rehearsals. But since then, it's kind of been like we learn everything on our own, and then us girls will sometimes meet up and like on the car ride over, put it all together and then do it in the show, or we'll call each other like this and,
Right.
really iron things out. But, sometimes we have rehearsals all together, but usually we do a lot of the work on our own, and then we just kind of throw it all together and it
Right.
works out.
So also, I mean, a lot of the groups that you sing, I mean, were from the 60s and the 70s. You really didn't grow up listening to that at that point. I mean, did you have to learn the music or I mean, did you, listen to albums and the radio and stuff like that just to try to get a feel for these artists? Gracie?
Well, for me, it was a little bit of both. Like, I definitely recognized some of the heavy hitters,
Right.
but there were some songs like Jenny was saying, we sing Never Can Say Goodbye, the Gloria Gaynor song.
Right.
And I had never heard that song in my life, but I loved Gloria Gaynor. So that was kind of like a surprise to me. But like I said, it has been an educating process. I've learned a lot, and I'm so grateful for this new discography that I have.
Right. Yeah. And what about you, Jenny?
Well, yeah, like I was saying before, yeah, I wouldn't necessarily say I grew up on this music, but basically for the past like 7 to 10 years, I would say I've been singing this music. I started as a jazz singer, and then eventually I kind of migrated more into soul and R&B and all that stuff. So I've been, before the Chicklets, I've been singing in these types of bands. So I knew a lot of the songs coming in, but some of it was new, like the Dionne Warwick stuff that we mentioned and that Gloria Gaynor song. So it was cool to learn that new material that kind of I had never heard before. So yeah.
Right. And what about you, Caitlin? Were you used to this music? Did you hear it growing up, or was it all new to you now? Performing it and everything.
Yeah, similar to the other ladies, a little bit of both. Like, I was obviously familiar with, I Want to Dance with Somebody and Proud Mary, some of those really, heavy hitter popular songs.
Right.
And then had to learn from scratch some of the other ones. And even with like the Bobby and Vinny stuff, a lot of that was new, especially the kind of crooner, like Gene Pitney stuff that Vinny Medugno does.
Right. Yeah.
We sing backup for all of those. So that opened like a whole new genre of music for me that I never really listened to. And it's funny now, my like Spotify and stuff will recommend like oldies music just because I listen to it so often to learn the song. But yeah, it's been really cool to learn these classic songs.
I'm a big fan of the Supremes. You do some Supreme songs too, right? From what I understand, yeah. And what about disco? Yeah, I hear you do a little bit of disco too, right?
Yes, we do.
Oh yeah.
Donna Summer.
Oh
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah. What are some of your favorite disco songs to perform? Gracie, start with you.
Ooh. This one, I just love hearing it every time. Jenny sings On the Radio by Donna Summer. And every time she sings it, I swear angels are smiling on her because the whole crowd is just in the palm of her hand.
Right.
And I don't know, holding space for, Jenny's On the Radio. It's so
like
good.
butter. It's so smooth.
If once you hear her sing, you're gonna be shocked. But that's just personally, selfishly, my favorite because I love hearing Jenny sing it.
Right. And Jenny, what are some of your favorite other disco songs to sing besides that one?
Well, I love Boogie Oogie. I've always loved that song. Kaylin sings lead on that one, and the harmonies are so fun. Like they're such like crunchy and layered harmonies. They're so fun to sing that song.
Oh wow! And Kaylin?
Well, Jenny took my answer. I was also gonna say Boogie Oogie. But what else do we do? I mean, Never Can Say Goodbye is a blast that Gracie sings, that Gloria Gaynor song. And it's not, when you think of Gloria Gaynor, you think I Will Survive. So it's not as well known. People know it, but it's kind of like we see the audience go, oh, I remember this song. And it always gets people up on their feet, and it's just a blast.
So, I mean, you guys have a YouTube channel. I was checking that out. And I mean, the music on there and the videos are so cool. Great singing, great videos. Do you guys enjoy doing some of those videos for YouTube?
Oh, yeah. And there's more coming.
Oh, awesome. That's awesome. We're looking forward to that.
Yeah, we're on YouTube. We've got our website, thechicklets.com. We're on Instagram, Facebook, all the things. So we've got a lot of stuff out there. Yeah.
Well, you guys do a lot of theaters, right? You do a lot of different venues, and you also do like weddings and birthday parties and stuff like that. So people can actually get you guys to do private parties as well, right?
Yeah.
They could give us a call.
So do you guys have the number on hand where people can reach you guys, or how to reach you guys? Maybe through the website?
Through the website is best. That's where all of our booking inquiries go.
Okay, so it's thechicklets.com, right?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. So if anybody wants to reach out, have the Chicklets at their birthday party, or you do weddings, you do all types of private parties, and you guys are available, which is so awesome. So I'm sure you're going to get a lot of people who want you at their parties.
Yeah. We're booking up fast for 2025. Though, so.
That's what I hear. I hear you guys are in demand. Yeah. And you guys perform pretty much all over the tri-state area, right? I mean, New York, New Jersey, Connecticut, right? All around this area.
Yeah, and we've gone to North Carolina, Ohio.
Wow, so you do all of the states. Pretty awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Next year we're doing a California show.
Nice. Well, let me ask you. I mean, you guys performed a lot of different places, right? Any favorite places to perform? I know Staten Island is going to be one of them. Of course, I'm sure you love doing Staten Island. Any place else?
I think what we just did.
PNC Bank Center. That's a good one.
I'm sorry, what was that? The Bank Center?
The PNC Bank
Oh, the
Center.
PNC. Oh, cool. That's what a great venue that is. That's awesome. That's an awesome venue. Yeah. What about you, Jenny and Caitlin? Any favorite venues?
I was gonna say the one we just did a few months ago. We did Mohegan Sun Arena in Connecticut.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that was amazing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cool.
We
I
went
saw you guys worked with the Tramps at one point. Did you guys? That must have been pretty interesting, right?
back.
Yeah, I mean, so many different artists. I mean, you do some backup singing, which is awesome. A little Anthony and the Imperials. You worked with so many legends, which is awesome.
Yeah, it's amazing. And we've all only been in the group for a year. I feel like we're just getting started, and meeting all these amazing people. It's been such a cool part of the job.
Yeah. You even worked with Bowser. I read that. Bowser's Rock and Roll Party,
Yes.
right? Yeah, he's a good guy. I met him, John Bonham. He's a great guy. And of course, he was on Shine On Out back in the day, but that must have been a fun time for you guys.
Oh yeah, legendary.
So what's your favorite part about performing live on stage? Tell me, Gracie.
Oh my gosh. I think just my favorite thing about being on stage is kind of just going out there with no fear. I don't know. I feel the most me and the most comfortable when I'm performing and getting to connect with the audience. And if I can share any of my joy and pass that on to them, then I've done my job. So
Right.
that is my favorite thing about performing, is just sharing my love and my passion for music with whoever's watching.
That's awesome. And what about you, Jenny?
Very similar. I was gonna say the same thing. I just love making people happy with music and my voice. And I was never in this to be famous or whatever, this and that. I just want to make people happy with music. That's always been my goal. So
Yeah, you do a great job at it too, let me tell you. And what about you, Kaylin?
My favorite part of performing with the Chiclets is performing with these amazing ladies. Like, if you come see us on Saturday in Staten Island, like, we just have the best time, the three of us. We're just like giggling and singing and dancing, and we also are backed up by the amazing Coda band, and we really are just like one big happy family. Like, it's just a blast, and it's like such a supportive environment, and everyone cheers each other on. Like, you hear about girl groups where there's a lot of cattiness and a lot of, competition, but Gracie and Jenny and I think we're all so supportive of each other. It really is has become a sisterhood. And
Nice.
So I look forward to every gig. It's different than it being, a soloist when you're in a trio, but it's so fun to do it with these two amazing women. Not to be happy.
we were never competitive like that ever.
No, never. We really never have been.
We were always like, oh, you should sing that song, you should sing that, like, you would be perfect for that.
Yeah.
Like, fighting over song, like, it was never like that at all.
We really cheer each other on.
Yeah.
Well, so you just enjoy working with each other, sounds like.
Yeah.
And the band is like, everyone, like Kaylin said, is such a family to us now.
Mm-hmm. And you do backup singing too, right? I mean, you do your own set, and then you do your backup like Bobby Wilson and other people on the stage.
I also love backing up. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, also coming up on Saturday, we have Vito Picone is going to be there. The Brooklyn Bridge. What a great cast of acts on stage. It's going to be fantastic, and we're so excited about having you back in this area, New York City, Staten Island. It's going to be a great show. The Rock and Oldies Dance Party. So we're so excited about having you back. Tell me about some of your favorite moments on stage. I'm sure you have some favorite moments performing, right? Any moments that stand out over the past few performances that you've done? Anything that stands out in your mind that happened on stage that's stands out and say, well, that was a great moment. Anything with the fans that you can tell us about?
Oh, I have one I just thought of.
Okay.
We did so you were talking about private parties. We did a private party gig last year.
Oh, yes.
At this mansion. It was this huge party. It was so great. Obviously, this music, it tends to appeal to the older generations. But there was this group of young girls. I mean, they had to be early 20s, teenagers. I don't know. And they were loving it. And I will never forget that, because I've never really experienced people of that age being so into this music and being so excited about it. And they were coming up to us, wanting to follow us on social media. They were just so pumped about it. It was raining. The gig was crazy, but
we had to stop 3 times in the middle of our set for the lightning, and then go.
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
That's crazy.
Wow. Yeah, so I was going to ask you about some of your craziest moments on stage, and that sounds like one of them for sure.
Yeah.
I had food poisoning really bad one weekend.
Oh, no, really?
In Pennsylvania.
That was so bad.
But you know what? Music heals, because I was so unwell. And then I went on stage and acted like nothing happened.
Mhm.
Whole
And she
night
was
before.
amazing.
And, you know, that's what I love about performing too, is that it truly is a full body experience. And
Yeah,
it does heal you.
that showbiz, no matter what, the show goes on, no matter what.
Yep.
And my girls were supporting me. You could tell they were so worried, but we did it. It was good.
We did it.
Jenny's
That's-
shoe is broken before, and she just throws them off. And
Really?
Born barefoot because her
Yeah.
shoe broke, like in the first song.
So
it
bad.
was fierce.
That's so awesome. So you guys just roll with it, which is awesome. And that's what makes a great show, really. I mean, especially when you're doing a live show, because anything could happen, during a live show, as we know, and you just have to roll with it. And it sounds like you guys do a good job of that.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Through
So-
lightning and food poisoning, we do it all.
Absolutely. So what do you guys listen to when you're not working? What kind of music do you listen to? Any current favorite artists that you listen to on the radio, or that you listen to CDs or that you download?
Ooh.
We'll start with you, Jenny. What do you think?
I don't even know if I'm saying her name right. Leve. It's like Laufey. Girls, am I saying that right?
You are. Baby.
He's that new.
Yeah.
He's kind of like jazz / traditional pop.
Okay.
She's a newer artist. She's very good.
Is she really? And what about you, Grace? Anybody that you like, or your favorite artist to listen to, anything like that?
My favorite artist to listen to is Susan Tedeschi, with Tedeschi Trucks Band.
Mm-hmm.
Bonnie Raitt. Like, those are my two always on a loop.
Yeah, Bonnie Raitt, she's awesome. And what about you, Kaylin?
I really listen to a little bit of everything. My Spotify's all over the place, but Ariana Grande is like my girl.
Mhm.
I love a good pop princess. But yeah, I love her. And she just did Wicked, so I have like the Wicked soundtrack on repeat because I'm
Right.
a musical theater girl. Adele, yeah, I love
Cool.
people.
You guys go through so many genres of music. You go through the decades, right? Do you have a favorite decade to perform on stage?
Oh, that's hard.
Oh,
What about you, Kaylin? What do you think?
That's really hard because I think every decade has something great about it.
Absolutely.
But I'd probably say the 80s. I
Oh,
love,
okay.
like
Mm-hmm.
those big sings of the
mhm.
80s.
Right.
are the best.
What are some of your favorite 80s songs? Do you have any offhand that you could tell us?
Oh, I don't know, girls. What do we even?
Like
There's so many.
I guess Whitney would be.
Yeah, we do a Whitney Houston medley that we each sing one of her songs, and they all kind of flow into each other, and that's one of our favorites to do.
Oh, nice. Yeah, Whitney's great. The 80s was such a great decade for music. One of my favorite decades of music. And I mean, you guys just do so much. As I said, you go through the decades from the 60s, the 70s, the 80s, the dance, the disco. So awesome. I mean, you guys do it all.
We
try.
do. It all.
And so this Saturday, Staten Island, the CSI Center for the Arts, the Rockin' Oldies Dance Party. We're so excited about having you guys there, along with Bobby Wilson's going to be there, Vito Picone, the Brooklyn Bridge, John Scapuletti, Vinny Medunio. So many great artists, so many great acts. Tickets are still available by calling 646-805-8701 or 718-423-8314. It's all produced by my friend Al Simone. You guys like working with Al?
Oh yeah.
I love Al.
Yeah, Al's the best, right? So we are so excited about this show, and everybody is excited about you guys. And I hear so many people want to hear you guys, and so many people want to talk to you guys, from what I understand from speaking to your agents and stuff like that. You guys are so in demand, so you must be very happy about that.
That's just sweet.
We're blessed. Yeah.
We are.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, anyway, I want to thank you guys for coming on the show, and we look forward to the show Saturday at the CSI Center for the Arts, Staten Island. It's the Springer Concert Hall. Again, 646-805-8701 or 718-423-8394 for tickets. Tickets are still available. And if anyone wants to book you guys for private parties, tell us the best way to get in touch with you guys.
Thechicklets.com.
Chicklets.com. And is that the only way they could keep up with you? Are you guys any other social media pages where people can stick around and find out more about you guys?
Yeah, our Instagram is where we post a lot of our shows and where we're going to be touring this year. So follow us on Instagram at The Chicklets.
At the
And
Chicklets.
Facebook.
And Facebook. Okay,
Yeah.
cool. So it's the Chicklets on Facebook as well.
Yes.
Mhm.
Awesome. Any other shows coming up that we can talk about? I know besides Staten Island this coming Saturday. Anything down the line that you guys want to mention?
Oh my goodness, there's so much going
I'm like,
on.
let me pull up the calendar.
I know. same.
We're gonna be at PNC 2 times this year, I believe.
Mhm.
Oh, really? Cool.
We're gonna be
Awesome.
opening for Rainier, which will be so fun. She does a Donna Summer tribute. She's amazing.
Yeah, I saw something like that, and she does. She looks just like Donna Summer too, from what I've seen.
Yes.
And she's so sweet. One of the
Is she?
sweetest people you'll
Yes.
ever meet.
Wow, that's so awesome. So I said you get to work with so many different people. Let me ask you before I let you guys go: anybody living or dead? If you had the chance to work with anybody, who would it be?
Oh.
Gracie, tell me.
I want to work with Darlene Love.
Darlene
wanna-
Love.
Work with her. Yeah.
So awesome. That's a great one. And what about you, Jeannie?
Aretha, for sure. Aretha Franklin.
Aretha Franklin. Jenny, thank you so much. And Caitlin?
Oh my gosh, you have me stressed out over this question. This is totally out of left field. We don't even sing any of her songs, but the first person that popped in my head was Dolly Parton.
Dolly Parton. Yeah.
I think she's amazing. I'd love to like sit down and have a meal with her.
Yeah. Do you guys like country music, by the way?
Yeah.
Yes.
Awesome. Yeah.
Very much so.
Well, I want to
need
thank
to
you
add
guys for joining me. You guys are fantastic, and we can't wait to see you on Saturday at the CSI Center for the Arts, Staten Island. So excited about having you guys back in town. And again, tickets available 646-805-8701 or 718-423-8394. Al Simone's putting this all together. It's going to be a fantastic show. He's a great producer, and it's the Springer Concert Hall at the College of Staten Island. I've been there before. It's actually a very, very nice place. And I'm sure you guys have played there before at one point or another, right?
This
No,
will be
it's actually
our
our
first time.
Oh, it's your first time. Awesome. Well, it's going to be a great time, and it's a great concert venue. So you guys, I'm sure, going to enjoy it very much. And I'm sure all the fans are going to want to meet you guys. So hopefully you'll come out and say hello to everybody at the show.
Yes.
Absolutely. We can't wait.
Cool. Yes, I'll be there, and I hope to see you guys. I'm so excited about the show. And once again, thank you so much for joining me on Celebrity Spotlight. You guys are always welcome. Please keep me up to date with what's going on with you guys, because I want to know.
All
Will
right,
do.
thank you.
Well, thank you. I really appreciate it so much. Thanks for taking the time out to come on Celebrity Spotlight and talk about your wonderful career. And I wish you all the best with the Chicklets. I know you guys are going to go really far in this business, and you're doing really well at it, right now. So you're well on your way.
That's
Thanks
so
so much.
sweet.
Thank you.
Thank you. Also, you guys can hang out. I'm just going to wrap up the show. I want to say happy St. Patrick's Day to everybody that's listening. Also, Cindy, the producer's out there. Let me see what she's got going on. If she has, usually she writes down some of the people who are listening that we can mention out there. I know Al Simone is out there. Let's see who else we got. Brad Siegel. He's listening in Canarsie, Brooklyn. Thank you, Brad. Team Siegel. Debbie's out there from Kansas. Thank you, Debbie. Tom Payton. Tom is actually my co-host for the show, but we couldn't actually get him on here on the screen tonight. But he's going to be at the show with me on Saturday. So I know he's going to enjoy very much meeting you guys as well and seeing you guys in concert. And also, so many people that were listening last week when Bobby Wilson was on, and I didn't get to say hello, was Tony Ann. Di Maria, a good friend of mine, she was out there, and I know she's probably out there tonight listening. Rhonda Young, Mary, Shore is going to be there. She's a huge fan of you guys and a huge fan of all the oldies acts and all the acts that are going to be on the show. So Mary Shore will be at the show, in Staten Island on Saturday. So we'll be looking for her as well. Cindy Lake Ronkonkoma. My mom listens out in Brooklyn, and I want to thank everybody who listens to Celebrity Spotlight every week. We have more great interviews coming up. I will keep you posted on Facebook. Thank you so much for listening, and we will catch you in a couple of weeks right here on Celebrity Spotlight. And thank you so much, Gracie, Jenny, and Caitlin, the Chicklets right here with Celebrity Spotlight. Everybody have a fantastic night, and we will talk again soon. Thanks, everybody. Good night.
Thank you.